Okay.
Hi, I'm Julie.
I'm Alyssa.
This is Stitching at the Cabin.
Merry Christmas! And
Happy New Year.
yeah, I wasn't sure you were going to do it, so I was going to do it. No!
Today is
30th. Sorry, I thought we're just not in sync.
I can see the closed captioning already. Today is Monday, December 30th, 2019.
This is the last time we will say 2019.
It's 5:17 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Actually, now that you've told me about that Facebook cat documentary, I'm worried that people are going to look at the outlets and look at this and look at that and be like, aha,
we know exactly where you live. Yeah, I told her about that Don't F with Cats show on Netflix. It's like a docu-series. Facebook people went crazy and figured out where this dude lived based on tiny clues in a grainy video.
But he was killing cats and then pollution.
And then shh, what if they wanted to be surprised?
Oh, I don't think that was a surprise.
It was a surprise in the show.
Oh.
You didn't know.
Shh. Maybe edit this all out.
Just none of this is relevant.
Nothing happened. So as you can tell by below, it should say, I don't mean below like foot wombie, I mean like on your screen
below. Are you looking at the eye or the ear?
I was looking over there to see what I was pointing at.
Okay.
Anyway, if you look down there, it probably says something about a WIP Parade and plans and the end of the year. At least it should say something about end of year WIP Parade and plans. So let's we're not going to dive into the WIPs quite yet because we both have a new start and it's not Fairytale Bookshelf. Would you like to begin with your new start? Because I have to dig mine out of a bag.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
I am ultra proud of this. I am doing the temperature tree.
Me too!
Wow! Early Christmas present from Granny. And so we had bought the fabric from 123 Stitch, and then she realized she had 2 pieces of fabric that were the wrong size that she had already dyed.
Not related to that.
Not related to that. So we decided to use those pieces of too small fabric for the temperature trees because I really loved this color.
And I loved this color.
So we decided if it fits, why not sits, you know?
Yeah, I mean, in all fairness, this fabric is too big for temperature tree, but I wasn't going to use it for anything else, and we both really liked it, so.
Yep. So
you put a needle minder on it.
Yes, I do.
I forgot to put that on that list downstairs. Needle minders.
Oh yeah.
I need to do that.
Oh, lots of lists. Okay. So then also, I decided that I really liked this thread that she was using in her shadow lane in Mirabilia. And I really wanted to use that for this project, so I got that floss instead of just using a brown DMC floss. So here's my tree as it stands. I've done enough that I could start on, not really January 1st, January 2nd, because I need to know what the temperature was January 1st. But I can start. I've done enough I can start. But what I'm really proud about is that because it's variegated, you have to make sure that you're stitching it, in a whichever way is going to make it more realistic. So we basically decided that the trees would probably have to go vertically like this to keep it kind of like realistic-y. Yeah, wood grainy. Well, so what I did down here is I was going this way because it was the roots and they're going out like this. So when I got up here, I decided why not go diagonally. So then I started stitching diagonally so that way it would do kind of like a swoopy motion. And I think it turned out really well. So I'm really happy. And then I've also kept the back really neat, which also makes me really happy.
Good job.
And this is the first time I've ever stitched over 2. And on something that wasn't easy count.
Yay, you did good.
Except that I had to redo it twice.
Shh, I wasn't going to say anything.
I figure for all the people out there who struggle and for all the crap I've given you about your miscountings, I stitched all of this down to here and halfway up here twice and had to take them out twice. This is attempt number 3. Because I was in the wrong spot.
I was going to say, you could tell them why.
I was in the wrong spot on the fabric.
The middle of the fabric moved.
It moved
It
twice.
happens.
It moved twice.
It happens. And partway through, I think you had done it the first time you were on your second one, and you pointed out that the tree is actually wider than it is tall.
Which is
and
counterintuitive.
I had a panic attack because I didn't even check that. But only by a tiny bit, and my fabric's so big, it should be okay, and hopefully I'm in the center, because when I load my Q-snap, I do it like Brenda does, Handwork Maniac, where you use the edge of the fabric and wrap it back around. So I can't actually see how much fabric. There's that much that I can't see. So I'm also doing Temperature Tree. I have not gotten as far as she has. This is Picture This Plus Arctic is the fabric. I cannot say that.
Picture This Plus Arctic? It is hard.
That is difficult.
That made my tongue hurt.
And so I've just been doing the up and down Z's. And this is not, we both have this. That's where the middle was, the middle of the pattern started up here, kind of. But we both just went straight down and across. So this is not like the edge of the tree. Yeah. There's more tree over that way. But this is enough that I could start January. That's the January branch.
Yep.
So that's exciting. And I'm using Threadworks. I'm using a Threadworks floss. So mine's also variegated, but it's a very subtle variegation. Very subtle compared to hers.
Mine's called Chocolate.
Cocoa Lot. Yeah, I thought it was chocolate the first time I saw it, but there's no H. The shadowing pattern says it's an H, but the actual Gloriana says no, it's Cocoa Lot.
So as she mentioned, we have not started Fairytale bookshelf. Insert disappointed sound here.
Oh, I thought faces. That would insert
sad faces too. It's not out of lack of want.
Not at all.
Fabric still isn't here.
But we have a Christmas haul that we'll show you next week, and part of that was the floss from my sister. All the floss. Well, -3, which she made me guess, but I got to cheat because my mom, she bought the extra missing one, so I knew what it was, but still. So we spent countless hours thread dropping this floss on 8 rings. There's like 30 on each.
It took hours just to make the cardboard pieces for the thread drops.
Yeah, in fact, I struggled to, I have mine in a Christine bag. Hang on. I had both my Christine bags with me this weekend.
And even these thread drops aren't totally finished because I still need to make tags on the top so we know what number range each ring has.
I struggled to thread drop my Temperature Tree.
Oh, I have mine right here.
Because I was so tired of thread dropping.
There's a lot of thread in Fairytale bookshelf in case you didn't know.
Isn't that a beautiful bag? I have both my Christine bags with me this weekend.
And all the extras are down there, huh? Okay, are you all ready?
I should put this back over
for the biggest achievement of my stitching career.
Of the decade.
Ready?
Wow.
Oh. Do you all see? These are 8 rings of 30 colors each about. Just run your fingers through that. Spread some of those suckers out. Do you see?
Ooh, there's a lot.
They're not tangled yet. It's exciting.
Lots and lots and lots. Hey, it's like a wig.
I was gonna say peekaboo.
Hi.
This is what we've done with Fairytale. This is all that's been accomplished.
So pretty.
But I mean, at least now we're not doing that awkward struggling of we're not ready, but we want to start stitching, so we're just gonna kind of stitch even though we're not ready. At least we don't have that problem because we're ready now.
We have all the floss.
We have all the supplies for the baby.
Well, there's a few that are not on there yet that I need to put on. Just a handful.
Because for some reason, we missed them.
We gotta put those on.
But it's like
the book is bound.
Yep.
I ordered another Q-snap.
Yep.
Should be here soon, but I have others I can use in the meantime.
Yep. We
ordered the fabric. It's just not here yet.
Yep. And we both have our charts ready.
Yep. So we're ready to go. We just need the fabric.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah, they messaged me right before I came up here and said, "Oh, sorry, we're kind of behind. We'll check and get back to you tomorrow." Are you moving this chair? Because I'm trying to sit.
I don't
think
so.
Woo.
I think you're crazy.
The universe is moving. I wasn't going to show this, but since it's out because I was working on getting it framed, I'll just show it to you. This is my finish of the wedding.
Again?
I had to take it. We went to Hobby Lobby on the way to the cabin.
Oh.
And I took it to find a mat. Ended up having a special order mats, but they'll be here soon. But I bought a frame, and I bought the frame for Keto.
Good.
But I had to paint it because I don't like the color that it is. So all that next week.
That's cool.
So
are you distracted?
Yeah, I could see that. That was
exciting.
Yeah, that was exciting. Okay, you had to finish.
Yeah, and I don't have it because I gave it as a gift. But I made Granny a flamingo Mill Hill ornament bead thing.
It is so cute. I'm so jealous. I want it.
I had a lot of fun. I think I know there's something wrong with the pattern because in one place with the color list it tells you like pink and medium coral, and then down lower with the beads when it tells you what color to use it says medium pink. That's not a color.
That's not a thing.
That's not a thing. But also there are some other things that I questioned that I don't think were right, so I kind of had to figure it out as I went. But my number one biggest complaint was having nails. And I don't mind having long nails. I can do anything else. I can type. I can...
That's not true. You can't open Christmas presents with nails.
It's hard to open boxes. That's true. That's true. But that's not an everyday thing. Just normal everyday stuff. It's fine.
No, but that really extended Christmas.
Yeah. That was a long 2 days of...
You will see that haul next week. And the Afghans.
Yeah.
I know, Granny, we haven't shown them because we're waiting special next week.
For Christmas haul things.
You won't believe in them.
It's really hard to stitch with long nails. I'm kind of getting sick of them. They were Christmas holiday cheer. I like it. I'm done with holiday cheer. Can I have my nails back? It was really hard to do beadwork with that. Really hard. But I did it, and so I took a picture of it.
Are we silently watching the picture?
Yeah.
Okay, Whips, did you want to show your universe, or did you want to wait?
I showed you one of my whips.
I'm trying to convince her she needs a rotation. Y'all need to help me convince her she would like to have a rotation. Oh no.
You still think that? Huh?
Needle minder is stuck to the ring for the temperature tree because, you know, one's metal, one's magnetic.
That is one really strong needle minder. I'm very impressed. Oh, I forgot to mention too. We haven't gone into it yet, but I also have another change I had with temperature tree. Another adjustment.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yes.
Another thing I'm proud of. We haven't tried it yet. Yeah, we haven't tried it yet, so I don't know if it's actually going to work out.
But it's genius if it does. Absolutely genius.
So I told Mom that I wanted a way of like denoting the days that it rains. Like the temperature, cool, but also because it doesn't rain very often here, like we should also do something special for when it rains. And I said I'd like kind of like a Krynic added into it, but maybe something that's not that thick. And so you said there's this thing.
Yeah, well, I initially said Petite Treasure Braid's easier to work with, but then she was explaining what she wanted to look at, what it wanted it to look like, and I said, oh, blending filament. So
that.
It's Krynic, but it's
Cover
blending
your face.
filament.
Come on, camera. This really hurts my shoulder, buddy. Please.
You have to cover your face.
I did. I think you can see it now. Okay.
As I whip through it.
So I am going to mix this in with whatever color is on those days, so that way the leaves are sparkly on the days it rains.
I think that's genius.
I'm so excited.
If I could do it too.
Yeah, and I said you could. You could steal my idea. And I feel like I can't possibly be the only one to have thought of that. I am not the most creative person in the world.
I was impressed. I was really impressed. I mean, assuming it works.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't, but also I can see why my ideas wouldn't work.
But I have more blending filament if you need it. I just, pulled out that much for you.
Nothing's changed from last time. I'm sorry. But this is the project I've been working on all year, and that I will continue to work on this year.
Universe in a Jar.
Universe in a Jar by Randall Spangler.
Heaven
Yep, Heaven and Earth.
Page what?
4. It's probably an F page, but I'm not sure. 4, 5, 15.
50. And that's 25 count 2 of the 1.
Yep. And it's
easy count.
My back's not nearly as pretty.
Easy grid.
Easy count. It's soft. It looks good. I just haven't worked on it. I'm sorry. I love you.
But she finished with flamingo, so that's.
But I did have a finish, another finish. That's my second finish since we started the channel. That makes me very happy. What have you finished, huh? That.
I finished the wedding thing, and I finished that Just Nan snowman this year.
You're right. Okay, we're at 2 and 2.
So here's my whips going into 2020.
I left the light on.
Oh no! Excuse the legs.
I was afraid I turned on the fan on accident because I don't know what your buttons do.
Alright, keto. Still working on keto. We're probably not doing before and afters on these because this is a WIP parade, so you get what you get. But I do want to point out that I can't tell you that. I'll tell you next week why I'm working all the way to the end now. Why I'm able to do that.
Yep.
Because that's part of the Christmas thing. But
I'm glad it's working for you.
This is the very end, so 6 more months. I'll be at the end.
So do you prefer working on more than 2 squares?
For this, yes, because it's all black. This is literally all black. Once I hit down lower and it's not all black, maybe not.
Okay, but it'll be interesting to see what you think. Because I think 2 squares isn't enough. I need more than 2 squares today.
I don't know, because a lot of times it's like there's a green one here and a green one here and everything else is black, and I don't want. You couldn't see that. Green hill, and I don't want
to. I
don't want to be jumping all the way across if I don't have to. So over 4 is even worse.
It depends on what kind of a confetti and what kind of a chart you have. With mine, it works well. Everything fades into the end. So.
I'm just gonna go by what I have.
You should. I thought you were gonna say I'm gonna go by weight. I don't
no, just by what's sticking out closest. But if you could pull out the what it's supposed to look like. And I can't remember which way's up. That way's up. I have not worked on this at all lately. Then I haven't worked on a lot. That's Deep Lagoon from Nancy's Needle.
Yeah. From Nancy's Needle.
From Nancy's Needle. The company is From Nancy's Needle. I have a speech impediment, but I'm not like stuttering. That's as far as I've gotten. You would think I would work on that and finish it because it's not going to take that long, but
alas.
The holidays and the time changes and everything else. I haven't.
Time changes is an odd excuse. I assume you mean because of light?
Yeah, because that's the one I work on downstairs.
Okay.
Like, if I have some time while, like, he's cooking or whatever, and...
The time change, don't know.
The time change has caused me issues. This one I am not...
You can't.
That Deep Lagoon, I do intend to finish this in 2020. This, I don't think there's much chance I'm going to finish it in 2020. This is... So, like, she's in charge of pictures. This is The Castle, Teresa Wensler. It is out of print, but I do know people still sell it. I saw one just this last weekend. And
did you say that you miscounted on this and it's going to be right at the very edge, or you're going to have to take some off?
Yeah, it's going to be at the edge. It's not that I miscounted, it's that my teenage self didn't know you had to account for, framing. So, that's not going to fit, and there's accounting mistakes in place, which I'm adjusting for, which I don't really know how it's going to end up looking, but
that's what it looks like.
When it is complete. Somebody just texted me.
You never show what that.
This is Elegant Tapestry.
I wanted to be first.
Someone's violent. And I would like to finish this year, 2020. Depends on what my little wheel says, but there's my progress on that, with the head poking out of the side.
And you said somebody else is stitching this?
Stitchin' Mommy is not, she's not stitching it, but she's thinking about starting it, which I think she should. And I saw it on Cross Stitch with Luda. I saw her completed one, like up against the wall in the back, and I was like, oh! So that's where I found it. And I did not know at the time that Stitchin' Mommy had it, but she does. And she showed it on her recent FlossTube saying she may start it, and she blamed me. You're welcome. I was really touched by that. Okay. Let's see what this is. Blup, blup, blup. I know what it is, but I had to find a picture for you.
Oh.
Stitchin' Mommy is also stitching this one. And she's stitching the temperature tree. We're just going to stitch everything Stitchin' Mommy stitches. You going to show that?
Yeah, I didn't know if you were going to yell at me for showing it first.
It's Villa Mirabilia. I would like to finish this in 2020, and I think there's a tiny chance that might happen. Ooh, there we go. I'll get a little
I think you
closer.
totally can.
Well, I mean,
It's all up to the roll of the wheel.
the roll of the wheel, but there's, you know, some left down. Oh my, there's some left down here that has to be done, and then all that. I mean, it's just a border. It's not. It's not cray. All that border.
You
but
have
then
the
that
one
entire-
line of stitches.
Yeah, the one line of stitches.
Wow. Are you gonna do the vase?
And the whole 12 beads.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing the
part
vase, but the vase, the bulk of that vase is just background. It's not actually stitched, but all that is like full coverage in there. So,
Okay. I could see it happening. I could also see it not happening.
yeah. So I'm hopeful. I mean, it's not going to require a lot of back stitching, and I've done so much of it that you would think like, oh, this is not going smoothly.
No.
I know. Well, okay, we'll just move this one to the help section.
To the fix
We
later.
will fix that later. Okay.
She's in here like 30
Shuttling.
minutes after the show, just fixing
A lot
everything.
to clean up. I have not done much with the chatelaine. I think I've just done... Okay, she's trying to lick my
No, I
chatelaine.
was trying to stick my tongue out at them, but I don't think he can see.
No, and it just looks like you're trying to lick my chatelaine. I've been working on the whoop, 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 but I've...
You got a knot.
Shh.
Guys, there's a knot.
I haven't been able to do this because work's been incredibly busy, and this is what I work on my lunch break if I get one. And then, like last week, we didn't work Tuesday, Wednesday, and the same thing this week. So I don't expect to get a lot of progress on this, and I don't expect to finish it in 2020, even though I would like to. Stop! Stop! I don't judge this.
Lies.
And then I think this is the last one. Let me check my list. Keto, Dread Lagoon, Tapestry, Castle. Oh no! Oh no!
What'd you
Oh
forget?
please! I'm missing one.
Okay, hey, I'm gonna figure it out.
Oof.
out.
I don't know where she is. Ah, there she is.
Oh, the
I'm
red
wearing
and yellow.
jammies.
The red,
Charlie, I'm wearing jammies. The blankie was supposed to cover it.
the red and yellow ball gown one.
No.
Or the orange and yellow.
No.
Well, but you were working on that one too.
An orange and yellow ball
Yeah, the
gown?
checkers. The checkered ball gown. Oh yeah, there's that one.
That's Mirabilia.
Oh yeah, it's right there. What are you talking about? I was trying. That's the one she's talking about.
Celtic Summer Lavender and Lace on Sugar Maple. I think it's 32 count.
They don't make it anymore.
They don't make it anymore. Violets in the shade. Using the needle paints, which they also don't make anymore. I do think I can finish that this year. If the wheel is willing. But that's my progress on that. If the wheel is willing.
It all is up to the wheel.
Yes, the wheel. Sometimes I love the wheel, and sometimes I'm like, why are we using this stupid wheel? No offense, stupid wheel.
I mean, you could do a hybrid, but you do.
Other Christine bag, and my last project that's still in WIP form, and the one I worked on this weekend.
I'm ready to be shocked and amazed. She told me
It's
she
a
did a
stitch
lot.
along that probably I am the only one still stitching along to.
Yeah, because everyone else is done.
Yes. Someone actually did it twice. I think I told you that before.
You didn't.
They did it again in blues. They
Oh,
changed
nice.
the colors. It was beautiful. Christmas Sentiments, Joni Creek. Christine
Started by
this
Christine.
year.
Yeah.
Stitch all the things. She finished it. It was started November 1st. Everybody else has finished it.
But the wheel did not wheel us to finish it.
Yeah, the wheel said no. It did not come up until this last week, since November 1st. We will put in a before and after for this one. And this is where I
Wow.
got to. So I think 2 more weekends if the wheel is willing.
That's pretty
that could be done.
awesome.
So
Let me take a picture.
I did a couple of snowflakes. I fixed one in the middle up there that I hadn't done that one, And then I did all the woods, all this, most of that in that like entire tree and Mirabilia and the back stitching.
Yeah, you did like everything.
So I'll turn that around and then show you again what I did. I finished that one and some snowflakes. I did all the woods, pretty much all the thing, that down there, and then the entire tree and birdie and back stitching and stuff.
That's a lot of stitching this weekend.
It
was a lot
ton
of stitching and listening to the radio thing, huh?
Yeah.
Listening to the ski resort.
Listening, eavesdropping on the radio. So, Christmas sentiments. On that. Okay, we need to spin the wheel that I've been insulting for the last few minutes.
I forgot to put in the spin wheel footage last time. I mean, everyone knew we got Christmas sentiments because we both went yay and said it, but I forgot to say it. So.
Oh no, that's not. That's
Well, I didn't see what that was. Was that questionable?
That was. What lingerie should I wear?
I don't want to know.
No,
that was.
That was potential new start. Because every time I finish something, I have to have a new start, right?
Yep. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
What do you want?
I keep thinking it's gonna be ugly birds.
The wheel has spoken.
Not my favorite. The castle. Teresa Winsler.
It's just so big.
It is, and I haven't finished
big.
this one. And I haven't finished with the blends, making them all into things. And
this is why you have the wheel, though. It's specifically for this reason.
That is exactly why I have the wheel. Because once I start doing it, I'm like, I like this. But it's not one that I would ever pick up. And part of it's because it's on that frame. But I like being able to access all of it at once. There's a lot of blends.
Cool.
Right.
So what's next?
What are your plans for 2020?
Just in general? Or,
Stitching!
Well, I really want to clean the kitchen, like get everything organized, redo the pots and pans.
I mean, do it, but that's not what I meant.
I want to work stupid hard on Universe and Jar. Like, I'm going to say it's overly ambitious to say I want the whole second row of pages done.
The second row?
The second
not just
row.
The first row?
No, like I want to get like a full row worth done. So the rest of
how many pages?
This row and half of the next one. Well, this is halfway.
Ow.
Sorry. This is halfway, basically this little thing right here.
So you want
I want to finish it and then get like that would be ultimate goal for a year.
Then do it.
But at the same time, we're going to start Fairytale when the fabric finally comes.
And you've got Temperature Tree.
Well, and Temperature Tree, but I'm not really worried about that. I think I'm going to finish stitching the tree this week, like the entire tree.
Wow, that's ambitious for... I just took stitching time right now.
See, no, I'm going to make that happen, because I want to just have the tree done, so that way there's no excuses not to stitch every day for the temperatures. So that will be done by the end of next year. And then I want to have a lot of Universe done, but I really want to stay here every night that I can to work on the Fairytale.
So you don't have any new start plans?
I mean, probably a Mill Hill in there somewhere, but I just don't know which one and when that would fall.
So not your Orca?
Probably not my Orca, because I don't have a solid plan for it.
You're not going to buy something and start it?
Probably nothing that I got for Christmas.
Get to do a rotation.
Well, I really like that thing I bought you for Christmas and then bought myself.
Yes.
And that would be a great
next week. You should do that.
End of the next year, starting that. But
I mean,
we'll see.
I love that you want to do so much of that. I just think that you might want to break every once in a while. And having a rotation kind of keeps you fresh. Because if I was just stitching keto, probably would have stopped stitching at some point. Not that I love keto, don't get me wrong, but that's a lot of black. Yeah. A lot of black.
But if I can convince myself on weekends to spend 8 hours stitching, like that would be pretty awesome.
That's kind of what I did with Christmas Sentiments, because we went to the cabin and Friday I worked on the Temperature Tree, Friday night at the cabin, but then Saturday I stitched as much as I could all day, because we were kind of snowed in. It was 3 to 4 feet of snow and we didn't have it plowed, so just walking from the car to the cabin was... And I was in front, and it was crotch level. Excuse me for saying crotch, but the snow was crotch level. So I couldn't even fully pick up my feet, and the snowshoes were in the garage which was even further than just going from the gate to the cabin.
I'm shocked you didn't just fall in the snow. I just plop and I just lay there.
Well, we were trying to do it in one trip, and we had groceries and everything. I had to bring all my stitchy stuff, and so I'm trying to carry it in and not fall on my face. And there were times I'd lose my balance and start to go over, but the bags would hit the snow, and I was just like, okay, back up. But it's not a terribly long walk.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
70 feet?
Oh, it's more
100
than
feet?
that. It's probably 200 feet,
Maybe.
300 feet. But that's a lot of feet when they're buried in snow.
You know
and
Dad's
I was
gonna
in the
watch
front.
this and be like, oh my god, guys, it's blah.
It's a butt ton
It's
of
blah
feet. Yeah, it's a lot of centimeters.
That's true. You're not wrong.
And maybe even a meter.
You're not wrong.
I have no clue.
In that show, they showed a footage of gas stations, because I told you about the gas station part. They showed footage of gas stations, and it said it was 92 cents for gas.
Ooh.
And we were like, because their
That's
money's worth
amazing.
even less than ours, so for us that'd be like 70 something cents. And I was like, and then Jacob pointed out that they're probably liters per gallon, or liters per
Oh, yeah,
liters.
92 cents per liter.
Yeah, cents.
Well,
Dollars
it's
per
probably not
liter.
cents.
It's whatever.
Better not be dollars. That
Well,
seems
it's a
extreme.
Canadian dollar per liter. So like it's like $1 per liter, but there's more liters in our gallon.
People going, shh, stop talking. You
It
don't
turned
know
out
what you're
that
talking
Canada
about.
gas is more expensive than American gas, but
Okay.
we really thought it was a lot cheaper at first, and
Okay.
we would have looked stupid. Like if I had gone there with my car and filled it up, I would have been like, oh, why is it so much money?
We are dumb Americans, okay? We don't know.
Did you know Canada didn't start metricizing until the 70s?
No.
Yeah. And so they still use a mixed system. Like babies get measured in metric, but when families go to tell everybody, they use pounds and inches and stuff.
Is metricizing a word?
It is.
I
Jacob
like
laughed.
that.
Every time I said it, he laughed, but metricizing is a word.
You've spit on me 3 times now. Every time you say metricizing, you spit
It's
on
an
me.
exciting word. Okay, what's next? What's your plan for 2020?
Yeah, how did we get to that? I was asking you
It was a
something.
train of thought.
No, we were talking about the cabin and how fun it
Yeah.
was. And that partway through, I actually
Oh,
had to
yeah.
stop to kind of rest. And he's like, you're almost there, keep going. And I'm like, shut up, you were in the back. All you do is step in mine, like, it wasn't even footprints. It's like, that's what I couldn't even pick up my feet. I just started through the
Slopping.
snow. And if you look at, I'll see if I have the picture. If you look at the picture, it just looks like that in the snow.
Shalompin'.
Yeah, I'm like, you go in front, you have the key. And he was like, I can't. And I was like, just go around me, I need a break. And he goes to go around me and he knocks into me with the bag and I like start to tumble. He's like, see, that's why I told you I couldn't go around you. I was like, shut up and just open the door. And there's like icicles and then
It didn't sound
the trees were so full of snow that the slightest little movement, the snow avalanches down. I kept calling it travelanches.
Travalanche.
Avalanche. You'd be sitting and all of a sudden, wham! And there's like a mushroom cloud. So I'm like looking around like for the treevalanche, but I'm the first thing we did when we got inside, I got not naked, but like I took off my pants, my socks, threw them in the washer, and put jammies on, and I stayed in jammies as much as I could because it was cold and wet and snowy.
I'm glad you got out alive.
It was a lot of snow.
It sounds scary.
But then he borrowed the neighbor's snowblower and blew us a path.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you going to do in 2020?
Okay, my plans for 2020. I told you what my possible finishes, which is the Christmas Sentiments, Villa
Yes.
Mirabilia,
Yes.
Celtic Summer,
Yes.
Elegant Tapestry, Deep Lagoon, and the Temperature Tree. So I need 6 new starts.
Whoa.
Next year. So we will spin the
Whoa.
wheels for that. I am not necessarily saying that I'm going to do what the wheel says. I will for
Yeah.
like weekend things, but for new starts,
You have some more power of attorney there.
yeah, I may not go with the wheel. It depends on what it says. And then of course we're going to start Fairytale.
And it's hard kind of for you to say too what we're planning for next year without knowing some of the Christmas stuff you got too. So
Yeah, I can't tell you yet.
but
there's some
starting
goodies.
things will be started.
Yeah, and I definitely need an opinion next week. None of this pretending you didn't hear me so you didn't comment thing. You have to give me an opinion next week on some fabric for a
thing.
potential new start. We
Yeah.
cannot. We everybody agrees I shouldn't do it on the fabric that came with it, but nobody can give me a
better solution.
I need a solution. I need help.
Yes.
Okay, so the next episode's going to be the Christmas haul. I will hopefully have keto framed by then. I need my husband to spray paint the frame because it's kind of a gold, chunky gold frame, and I don't think keto would look good in gold, so I wanted to do more of a like blackish, bronzish, some sort of
darker.
Do you like it when I do this? Is this helpful? And then I told you I ordered the mats for the wedding thing, and I bought a frame, and they said if I brought it back that they would assemble it, so I have the receipt so that they won't charge me again for the frame, but that means I have to lace it first, and I've never laced anything, and so I bought the foam core board, and I assume you can just use DMC to lace it. Anybody? I don't know, I've never laced. There's not a lot of extra fabric, so I was talking to the framer, she's like...
That's upside down.
I was talking
really
to the framer,
but...
and she was saying to try to lace it in a way that you get as much of this surface area still showing as possible. So, but she's like, but don't do it so little that, you know, it doesn't stay, but don't like suck it all in so it's like just barely showing anything. So I have to figure that out. I also was thinking, that I should probably sign it and date it, you know, like my initials someplace. So I need to...
That really stresses me out.
Maybe in the little bow bottom, in between the little bow feet.
Yeah.
Maybe there I could find just a similar color and similar...
Does it kind of freak you out that, like, in 80 years, this could be passed down in our family and people would be like, who's Mike and Julie? And you have to explain, that's your great-grandmother. She stitched this a long time ago.
I would like to think that, like, you would have explained to your kids, and then they would explain to their kids.
But isn't that weird that this will, like, look all yellowed and old and be like...
Kind of already does.
Okay, true.
It never got it all out. All of this helped, but there's still some issues. So, that I'm hoping to show you fully finished next week, but, I mean...
Stuff happens.
I'm a little scared to lace, and I don't know where the pins are. The only pins I know of are holding the castle on.
Oh, those pins.
Yeah,
you have those gold pins in your purple Deep Lagoon.
Those are tacks.
Okay, well, tacks, pins.
Well, there's a big difference with lacing, I think, between pins and tacks. I'm gonna sneeze. Hold, please.
Bless you! I did it too late. That was a cute little sneeze. There you go.
Excuse me. Thank you. Okay, last thing on here is the other section. For those of you who didn't already leave 20 minutes ago, I already discussed these snow issues, sort of, although we did have snow player issues. We actually had snow players, but whatever. Alyssa gave me some, this is not part of the Christmas haul because it's not stitchy, but Alyssa gave me something that I really, really like, and she gave one to me, she gave one to my mom, she gave one to my sister, and she gave one to my husband, and they're all slightly different, and I should have brought it in here, and I didn't. But it is a legacy book, and so it's a book that you write in. It asks all sorts of questions about, like, what your full name is, how'd you get your name, where you were born, when you were born.
Like factual stuff.
Yeah.
But also...
opinions, you know, like when you met your spouse and how you felt and what's your biggest dream and how'd you feel when you found out you were pregnant, and obviously that's not in his book, but
yeah, there's slightly different questions for different people.
Yeah, and so it's a whole, it's really thick. It's a novel basically where it asks you all these questions, and you talk about your education, your childhood, your traditions, your marriage,
good memories from childhood, like
all sorts of stuff to pass down to your kids. So we're all doing that, and I just wanted to say that I thought that was really neat, and it might be something that you guys are interested in, and I don't know if you have a link to it that you could
I can. For the whole, almost this whole year, I thought about trying to find something. It was really hard to find something that I really wanted that kind of did that. But, like, I think there's so many questions that you realize, like, now that I'm a little older, like, I realize I have a lot of questions for the people, like, in my lives that I love, that, like...
In lives?
In my lives. My multiple lives.
She's a cat. That's why that documentary is so important to her. It's on Netflix, right?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Just in case you want to go. Well, and she says they don't actually show the
cats being killed. But
so
anyway,
I'm scared to watch
this took
it
a turn.
Anyway, legacy book.
I'm saying that I want to know stuff that, like, you forget, you just don't ask sometimes, like, your parents or your grandparents or your aunts and uncles. Like, you just don't ask them questions, and then I feel like one day I'll be like, I really wish I had known that. So if they all write, it's like, it's segmented into months, so that way it's a little bit more manageable. It's not just a million questions.
Keep the people entertained. Mine's up here.
Okay, I'll go grab it. Oof. So that way, like, for January, it asks you, you know, I don't know, however many questions. And so you kind of take the month of January to answer these questions.
By the way.
His isn't?
No.
Dad's?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Granny's is.
Yeah,
Yours is. That's really weird. Okay, I lied. The Dad's Legacy is not. It's kind of cheesy. The cover's kind of cheesy. I was kind of looking for one where I could do customized pictures and stuff, but they didn't. I couldn't find one. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I couldn't find one. But these got really good reviews for not being extremely cheesy questions, because a lot of those, like, make your own diary kind of books ask really cheesy questions, like super basic. How tall are you? What's your shoe size? Like, I don't know. I don't need to know the very facts of your life. I want to know more of the emotional stuff that maybe I thought I knew, but I don't actually know. See, it's kind of cringy. The covers, I was telling him I don't like the covers. They're very,
I don't mind.
They're very
pretty.
Yeah, they're just kind of.
It is a mother's legacy, your life story in your own words, a loving gift for your children. But
yeah, but I gave it to you to give back to me.
It's, you know, like, we'll just go to the random page. Well, that's February. But that doesn't help because you can't write in it. But you can see that's February. And then share a memory of your grandparents or an older person you loved. What scent or sound immediately takes you back to childhood. See, I can show you what the pages look like so you can see.
And a lot of people say they take notebook paper and write extra on there and then fold it up and, like, glue it, like, on the top up here or whatever.
I could see that because I told her, I'm like, I'm a wordy person.
Yeah,
so
we're wordy people.
I need to say more than that.
I'm just trying to get Dad to answer, like, 3 words a question. Just, like, quick little sentences. Anything would work.
Who was your favorite teacher? Why? Describe one of your favorite dress-up outfits as a child. On what occasions would you wear it?
I have answers for these, but I always feel like they're slightly not what they're asking, but, like, what I'm gonna answer anyway.
What things do you wish you had done in childhood or adolescence? What are the things you're the most glad you tried? Did you ever go to a dance? Tell me about it. What kind of car did your family drive? Were you proud of it? Embarrassed by it? Why? Did your wedding ceremony include a special vow to each other? Share one humorous incident. Where did you go on your honeymoon? Did you learn to swim? How? Did you take family vacations? Record one especially memorable experience. I'm just randomly, obviously, flipping. Tell me about your most unforgettable summer experience as a child. Share some of your ideas about successful entertaining. Don't show up. Don't invite people. How would you like to be remembered? Why is this important to you? What are some of the things that make you smile when you think of them? As a teenager, did you belong to a club or a church youth group? Share some helpful home remedies. What was a favorite Thanksgiving tradition in your family? I am flipping and reading as it, like, I'm not pre-reading, so.
So if it gets real raunchy, I didn't know about it. It's all just all kinds of stuff.
Christmas kill. You can just skip the whole Christmas section.
Nothing.
But, like, in the very beginning, I know it started out with simple thingies, like.
I'm not gonna read your answers.
His did. Maybe mine. Oh, here we go. Personal stuff, like that kind of stuff.
But see, it's only like 1 page of that instead of a whole book full of that. Because there were some books that were a full page of that, and it wasn't cool.
Although I have to say the man one is more like not these full pages of like empty page, question, empty page. The man one is more like
question, little spot.
Yeah,
question,
very direct
spot.
question, little spot. Very direct question, little spot.
Yeah.
You can still tell stories, but it's not. Yeah. It's not like the woman's, which is very flowery and wordy and.
Yeah. I think a lot of kids would like that. Like, I don't know. I think they'd appreciate it at some point. So.
I want one. I want to read the one Granny does.
I was gonna say from who?
Granny.
I'll share Granny's when she's done with it. I'll share.
The last thing is the Oculus.
Yeah, so Christmas present I got for Jacob was the Oculus Quest, which I feel like you people probably aren't very technology woohoo, but it's a virtual reality.
Don't judge.
It's a virtual reality, and it's wireless, so you don't need to hook it up to computers or anything, so you can bring it wherever you want, and you can play VR games, virtual reality games.
Let me put this in
okay, you do it.
In old people like me terms.
Yes.
It's this thing that you put over your face, and it's like all black. When people look at you, you look like a big fly. And inside is witchcraft that makes things appear. And so you feel like you're in this universe, and there's sound.
You can look up and down, and that's where it looks in the game.
And then while you're looking at all that, someone comes and puts these things on your hands, and then all of a sudden you can see your hands, and it's like, whoa! And then you can manipulate things.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So, like, one of the best games is a bomb disarming game. So the person who has the goggles that make them look like a fly, the person in there sees a bomb and can move it around and do things to it, like cut wires and stuff, but they don't know how to disarm this bomb without blowing it up. So there's a person in the real world who has a manual and who has to figure it out. So, like, there's a red wire, but there's 2 batteries and a lit indicator that says FRK. So that means don't cut the wire. Like, that kind of stuff. So it's like a communication game, which is super fun.
The manual you get online, you just download it.
Yeah.
But she had it all bound and everything. It's
But there's also a lot of, like, exciting games too, like really fighty kind of ones. So, I have footage of some of that because that's entertaining.
This is great. Go to the center. Center. There you go. Punch.
You have to hit him. What is wrong with you guys?
Take your thumb off the top, Mom. Just take your thumb off
Hit
the
him.
top.
That's
Wow.
one way to do it.
She walked
You were
around him.
supposed to punch him, not awkwardly walk around.
Click something in front of you on that wall up there.
Granny, you're gonna have to throw her away.
Yeah. No.
You're like, get ready.
Now
Now
That's
hit
it.
play at the bottom.
Now put it on
Start.
hold.
Hit start at the bottom.
I can't hear you.
Hit start at the bottom. Yep.
No, don't die. This is gonna be great.
Willing to do this.
Thing.
Oh, it's your house.
Oh, the hide. Oh my god. Mom,
got it.
hold it like a gun.
Keep your thumb off the top pad.
Can I shoot with both hands?
Nope.
Nope.
Just so that one.
Yep.
Nope.
So what does the left one do?
Nothing.
Then why do I have a left one?
I don't know.
She looked funny.
I'm shooting with that one too.
I'm surprised she's doing this okay.
She looks cute.
Get out of my way! Get out of my way!
Get your pen ready, friend.
Okay, I can do whatever.
I have symbols. Be ready for symbols. Copyright. Double K. Boob belly button eye thing. White star.
Copyright,
boob,
boob, belly button,
K.
K's and stuff.
Excellent. Let me make sure there's actually there's only one timer thingy on here.
Oh.
Vent gas. Yes. Okay, I have that word game.
Okay.
No.
No?
No. I'm gonna cut one. I was wrong. Okay.
So anyway, we've spent a lot of time lately doing that. I was
Yeah.
actually stitching last night.
Well, because
A little
after
bit.
I got Jacob the thing, and then Dad got really jealous and ended up buying the exact same setup. So now we have 2 in the family. 2. We're gonna do that tonight. I know we should be doing stitchy stuff. I know, but listen, it's not the new year yet. We have some
And-
slack time.
And we don't have the fabric, so
Yeah.
so.
I don't have my patterns here. I could do temperature tree, but
And there's no light.
and there's no light.
There's just no light in
No
the
light.
video.
Was that everything on the list?
That was it. That was everything on the list, British Alyssa.
Why do you pick on me so?
Because it's so cute when you do it. All of a sudden you
pick on me?
switch into like British mode.
That's just the better way to say it. Is that all? It just sounds better.
It's all British Alyssa.
Okay,
Oh, that's
great.
bad.
Dally who?
Jen is not going to watch us anymore. 'Cause
Dally who?
I don't even know what you're saying.
I don't, isn't that
I
a
thought it
saying?
was tally ho.
Tally ho! Tally ho!
Cheerio.
No, that's a cereal. Cheerio! Cheerio!
Did you ever watch the I Love
Tally
Lucy?
ho!
Was
Who was British?
No, I Love Lucy when they went to that horse ranchy thing in another country and she's like, chip chip cheerio.
Oh. I wouldn't take that as the truth of what people sound like.
No, but it was.
Okay.
It's funny.
Have a great new year. And we'll see you in the new year. With Christmas stuff.
This is a channel about stitching.
Yeah! Hey, it is! Yep, thank you if you came back.
Thank
and if
you.
you're a new subscriber, hi!
There are some new people.
There are.
I have a speech impediment. That's why I sound funny. I can't say the letter R, so she says it. Say the letter.
R.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Okay, goodbye. Bye.